And we are back with the Week 5 edition of the Schmeat Nation 3 podcast presented by Power Director. I am, as always, your host, Commissioner Kieran 5-0 Kale. With me is Adam, the Trade Master Rocket. How are we doing, Adam, here in week
I do
6?
not deserve that title in the slightest. It's a grind, you know. It's almost to the point where it's just go next, man. This season it's cursed so far. Curse of the number one pick. I mean, I sent out that meme of the Eric Andre thing for Justin Jefferson. Turned out that was exactly right. So
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That is brutal. You've gotten a little bit unlucky, but there's
that's
always
just
next
fantasy,
year.
baby. We keep on going. Keep on putting the
All right,
lineup out there and praying.
there
Nothing
we
else
go.
to do.
There we go. All right. Are we gonna? You guys understand what we're doing here? Let's jump into it. Checking in on our game of the week. I had no reason for me to win this one, but there we go. I take the win over Jasper, puts me to 5-0. The whole team on bye maximized the points, and Jasper's guy unfortunately got hurt randomly and couldn't play on Monday. So
Yeah,
I think
that's
I
tough because
yeah.
the only option for him was to drop Aaron Jones on Monday night because it seemed like he was going to play all the way up until kickoff. But what are you going to do? Sometimes you just got to tank that zero.
Yeah, really all there was to it. Jacoby Myers almost brought it. And you gotta imagine he slots in, Jerry Judy or probably just Jerry Judy. I don't think he would have gone anyone else, so he probably would have won. But that's what happens.
Yeah,
GGJ, yep. Better luck next time. Jumping in, we got Max taking down Seth in the upset of the week. Crazy game, high scoring too, like well-deserved play from Max. Obviously 32 from Tyreek Hill will do it, but that is 100% in the cards.
yeah, that's just what Tyreek Hill does. He's been doing it all year long, and he keeps doing it. On Seth's side, yeah, he had the 49 from DJ Moore, and it looked like it was over, but something happened in that Baltimore game, and that whenever Baltimore struggles, Seth's team is just gonna struggle. So we'll see how that works down the road.
Yeah, oh man, losing Amon Ra, it would have been a much closer game. Would have needed like 20 points from him, and that's in his wheelhouse. But can't overcome. I mean, 132 though, with just the ceiling is there. Obviously, you don't expect 49 all the time, but Seth's still a
Mhm.
good team. He can't be unhappy with this. He understands the risks of starting 4 Ravens. Props to Max though. Big
Yeah,
upset. No one predicted.
big win for Max.
And another absolute monster win. Eddie puts up, I think, most points on no second most points on the week at 161. And just takes down Connor. A goose egg in Connor's lineup and 3 guys scoring under 3 on Eddie's team. But when that Jalen Hurts goes off, it works. Doesn't even need the stack. Oh, and we're
Oh,
searching.
look at that. Yeah, so Eddie's team is looking pretty good. He'll get Kenneth Walker back and replace Dalvin Cook, so it'll look even better. Yeah, just getting 20 plus points from 5 guys is it's a recipe for getting W's.
That'll do it, man. And Travis Etienne, what a monster over there in London. Coming in, a disputed one. I think we were on opposite sides here, but Bradley picks up his 4th victory. It's just that Buffalo stack every time. Really nothing too crazy out of the rest of his guys. Obviously,
Yeah,
that running position we're still concerned about, but you got to imagine Jonathan Taylor gets back. And on Jamie, you know, that was just a letdown.
those 2 wide receivers that she has really letting her down, especially because I feel like she has good running backs. But benching Ramondre Stevenson, man, that was a bold call. And then benching both Joe Burrow and Brock Purdy, wild,
Yeah,
man.
oh man.
Just wild.
For Zach Wilson, I don't think
Yeah.
it would have
It
moved
wouldn't
the
have mattered,
needle.
but
Yeah.
still.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Good for her though to get Joey B back and
Mm-hmm.
get that moving, but you don't expect. Well, CD's kind of been disappointing, but Devontae usually better than that.
Yeah, that was just a tough fight. in Vegas.
Yeah, overall there. You want me to skip this next one? What a
We can.
slaughter. Andrew, it's either 80 or 166, 170. My God, what an
Yeah,
absolute fucking performance. 52 from Jamara, Goose egg on the board too, one from the defense. Like
yeah.
he's got his boys back. Obviously, Kittle probably won't do 27 for a few weeks, but Cooper Cup and Jamar, this is what they can do to you.
This was one of those games where on Thursday when Curtis Samuel caught that touchdown, I'm like, oh man, I'm in for a bad week. And then I woke up and Gabe Davis was in the 20s, and I was like, oh my God, we're looking good, baby. And then just the morning games happened, and then the afternoon games happened, and half of my team, like, when you get three guys that go down in the first half, yeah, like I said earlier, man, just go next. And both of them are, all three of those guys are missing multiple weeks now. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that is just devastating for you, especially given the lore and the trade history around A. Richardson.
Yeah.
That is sad.
So it's
It hurts my
unfortunate.
soul for you. And jumping in, we'll move away from that horror for you. Parker, big upset win. I don't know if anyone chose Parker to win here. Thought Reese's team had a lot more in the tank than they provided, but Parker with a phenomenal score. Dallas Goddard, I think, just one drive had like up in the 18s or something. So at that
Yeah,
point,
that first drive
fine.
they threw to him 3 or 4 times. It was insane.
Was nuts. Was nuts. I think that was an afternoon game too, so he was already feeling pretty well and takes him down. Low game from CMC, but it really was out of reach at that point anyway by Sunday night. So
Yeah, that's tough. Reese's team, I mean, it looks good, but it just you gotta convert, gotta get in that winning column, which I think he will soon.
yeah, yeah, man, it's wild to think he could have had 40 from Fields and
Yeah,
we
I
wouldn't have
can't
won.
believe he benched him again after that one game that he had against the Broncos. Crazy.
Yeah, well, he's gonna be forced to play him now with the Green Bay bye. Hopping into the power rankings here. The Schmeat Nation 3 power rankings. Some solidity, some consistency in the top. I still have Seth higher. You've got me higher. We play in 2 weeks. That'll be a great one.
Yeah, that'll be the true test of perhaps a preview of the finals this year.
Should be a good one there. And then Eddie with the highest rising up four, and Parker as well off a big victory.
Yeah, there was a couple big movers this week. Anytime you're getting 3 spots of movement, it seems like a big rise or a big fall, and it happened. 5 different teams here. So yeah, we're still at the point in the season where we just don't know. Anything can happen. You start to have a feel for it, but down the stretch, we're only 5 weeks in out of 17 or however many we play.
Yeah, it should be good. It's getting tight. Um, anyone to talk about? We'll review all the teams in the matchup. I feel like that's kind of good once we start to know, who the players are on each guy's team there. I think
Yeah,
biggest discrepancy is who Reese. Yeah,
yeah.
3 and 6. You hate Reese's team?
Like I said, I just need to see it. I like the team, and I think it's going to get right, but just gotta put it together for a couple weeks, and then I'm sure he'll be moving up next week. There's just teams above that I think are more consistent at the moment.
I respect it. Let's jump into the matchups this week. Starting off with a doozy. A great one here. I get on my boys back, charge up to full power, trying to go 6-0 and putting Eddie at a scary 2-4. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I lose this one personally, but would love to hear your thoughts on the matchup. This is gonna be a big questionable on Travis Kelce playing. I think all my guys are supposed to play, although Justin Herbert's like missing a hand, so see how that goes.
non-throwing hand though. So at the end of the day, all good.
Either
Uh,
way.
yeah, I'm nervous for Kelsey playing. I think he will play. How much he'll play is the question, and how effective he will be. I'm concerned about just because the Chiefs haven't looked like the Chiefs yet. I mean, what's Travis Kelsey's best game been so far this year? It's not like he's putting up the Travis Kelsey numbers that
Yeah,
he crested 20 last week, but usually you're expecting him to go 25, or at least that's how I feel it was last year.
he 100% has like a 10 catch game for over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in his back pocket usually.
Yeah, and against Denver, that could be a possibility, but we'll see. Doubling up on the Kansas City Chiefs this time, that's a little questionable, but
Oh, I didn't even
I
see
don't
that.
even
Is
know
that
who's on
because
his
oh,
bench. He's got the
yeah,
decent bye week, so
he definitely has guys he needs to hold. Love the Deontay Johnson pick up there.
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I was stoked to get Logan Thomas, which just shows you the atmosphere at tight end right now. So that was brutal. Um, I love the team though. It looks great. It looks phenomenal on paper. Some good rankings.
Yeah, the only thing I'm worried about for you is running back depth, but at the
Yeah,
moment you've got two, and that's all you need. So
yeah. It was there for a while, and then
yeah,
I just they kept
Khalil
dropping.
Herbert going down and Javante Williams kind of losing that job.
Yeah, and just dropping Zach Moss and dropping HN, and it was questionable all around. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah,
I'll take myself for consistency. It's been good so far.
worked every week. You know what? I'll take the upset. I'll go with Eddie here. I believe he delivers the first loss to you.
We'll see it. I think he's gonna need a lot from the flex, but he does have the guys up top that can more than make up for it. So we'll see. JSN and Sky Moore. Not a stoked flex spot, but you never know. Jumping now, we got Connor taking on the other top dog, Seth, although took his first L on the week last week, so now he's just that tier B dog, as we like to say.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. Well, what can you say? Seth's team looks pretty dominant at this point. Connor's team, offered him trades to make his team look better. He won't take them for some reason. So, starting Devin Singletary the week after he gets a goose egg seems like he's,
He's got
you
AJ
know,
Dillon, and he might need to
yeah,
check it. I did see him making waiver wire moves though, so I
yeah.
don't
He's
know if
still
he.
got Nick Chubb though, holding on, hope that maybe that knee heals up miraculously.
Huh? We'll see who
I
he
don't think
slots
there's too
in.
much to talk about. I'm taking Seth.
No, Seth has a great team, phenomenal flex, great running
Yeah,
backs,
Raheem Mostert kind of
great
gets another
QB.
bump up with HM being out. We'll see
Yeah,
what happens though with that Miami backfield win, because I think Jeff Wilson's coming back this week, and Ahmed, he's also there. So
yeah, we'll see what
we'll see
happens.
what the
We'll
share looks
both
like.
be on Seth. I would hammer Seth minus 36.3. Jumping into another good one, the mirror matchup here. Bradley 4-1 going against you. Obviously, it's tough to really see what Brad's team is, but in theory, he'd start a lot of players, and he's got that Stephon Diggs and Josh
Yeah,
Allen stack.
I mean he's just got the who does he even have? I guess it really just comes down to Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, and those guys are just good enough to. Oh, there we go.
There we go. It's like, what is happening?
Yeah, Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs are enough to just carry this guy because his running backs aren't all that inspiring. He's got a good piece in TJ Hawkinson again with Justin Jefferson being out. That's kind of a bump up for him.
Addison should get a little promotion
Yeah,
of
he had
sorts.
both of them.
Cowboys D, of course, always a threat, though. I bet there's gonna be a lot of Dallas fans in LA, so that's basically a home game.
Yeah,
But a tough team. Although Hubbard, he has been known to throw a few pick sixes.
yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, I don't think there's anything preventing Brad from getting a win here. I think this is an easy Brad thing. Like I hate to
Yeah,
pick against
yeah.
myself, but I like looking at my starting lineup. I can't pick myself.
Yeah, I'll
I
go
need to
Brad as
unload
well.
Justin Jefferson, but no one wants him.
Yeah,
I
that
need to
that's
unload
tough.
Tank Dell as well. I've sent out so many offers. I've gotten very minimal replies. So
He's trying. Little entrepreneur. Someone help him out. I'll
yeah,
take Brad. I
I
don't
take
know. Did
Brad
you
as
take
well.
Brad? There you go, Brad. Little double. Little reunion. Um, Jumping into this game, we got Jasper 32 going up against Andrew 2 and 3. Andrew's team has come alive. Like I
Yeah.
know that he did 177 and then did 80, but it feels like
That was without Cooper
166.
Cup though.
Yeah, it feels like now this was a little more believable, not 55 points or whatever from the defensive kicker.
Yeah.
This will be honestly a great one, a great matchup.
Yeah, I honestly I really like Andrew's team going forward. Like that wide receiver duo looks so disgusting. Like I loved drafting Cooper Cup this year, and it just looked like he didn't miss a step from last year. Matthew Stafford was just hyper targeting him again. Like on that first drive, he had 5 catches. Him and Jamar Chase both had 5 catches on the first drives of the afternoon game, and I'm like, I don't need to watch football anymore.
Just get on the bike,
Yeah,
start running away from your problems. And I mean that's really the difference. Like the receiving core, he could easily have these two guys outscore Jasper's entire core.
yeah.
Maybe KJ Osborne really slots into a good role, but I
I
think
don't think so though. Like I feel like
yeah.
people are expecting KJ Osborne to be like the replacement, but KJ Osborne is just not him.
In reality, the Vikings will just be bad, and that
Yeah,
is that's what we have to agree with.
that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, I do think Jasper's gonna need a lot. It still gives Patrick Mahomes 30 points each week, and like I guess he plays Denver, but their defense is just so good. He doesn't really need to do a whole lot, and Pacheco's
I think
running.
Denver has the worst defense in the league right now.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like KC's defense is so good that he
Oh
doesn't need to do. They're gonna shut
yeah,
down Russell Wilson, potentially. So
yeah,
yeah, it should be a great matchup. He should slice and dice, and Jasper's gonna need it. I don't see how Andrew loses, which is interesting because the projections are so close, but the teams on the field.
yeah.
It's because
We'll see
I've
you.
saying it the whole year. I just don't like Jasper's team, but I had to give
Either
props.
do I, man.
He's
I don't like it
insane.
either, but I'd done it before. He was there at three and
Yeah,
one.
and Nico
But like
Collins,
Nico Collins was a good pick, but again,
he's the
is he
only
a
one
bona
left.
fide stud?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
So
so
we'll
hard.
see. I'm
I'll
gonna take
I'll
Andrew here.
I'll go Andrew as well, which means it's gonna be Jasper's time.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah. And jumping in, man, Reese projected 148. We got Jamie going
Yeah.
to the Giant Geckos. Reese, not the start he wanted, especially with the running back 1 on the season and the QB 3 on his bench usually. But Jamie as well, 2 and 3. The receiving core of Jamie is phenomenal. I think she played someone Eddie last week, I think, who put up a lot, obviously, but I just
Yeah,
think
her
he's more
receivers do
everything.
look great. Devontae Adams, I think, has underperformed at times this year, and CeeDee Lamb has also underperformed. If they go to last season form, her team looks disgusting, especially with Ramondre Stevenson there. Like her team last year would be so good, and hopefully they can turn it around this year. Who does she
Which
have
is
on? She has
wild to
someone on
say
by,
that
right?
we expect them to do more because he's still got 16 and 9, like a
What
top
is
10.
CeeDee Lamb's production this year? Like I feel like I've
Apparently
heard
just
nothing
mid.
about him.
Yeah, he had a great game in week 2, but
Hmm.
nothing else.
But he
Oh
didn't
my,
even.
yeah,
Does he
the
have?
last
No, he
few
doesn't
weeks
have a
have been
touchdown
real
yet.
bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Jesus Christ, 11
He
for
needs to find that end zone.
Yeah. It's a tough matchup though. I gotta assume Reese gets back, but teams put up a lot
Yeah.
against Reese. He's gotta work on that defense.
Teams have been putting up a lot
And this
against
is a
Reese.
team that can put up a lot. I think the matchups are there for the most part. Obviously, a few of them aren't great, but
Yeah,
I definitely think there's some possibility for some explosion there.
I go Reese here. I think he gets right.
I'll go Reese as well. No, I'll go Jamie. I'm back on Jamie just for fun. A big one though.
Yeah.
And jumping into the game of the week. Some big storylines here as Max goes to the touchdown boys. Both teams 2-3. Standings matchup. Parker finally at full power. Max seeming to find his legs a little bit after taking down a previously undefeated team. Lightning in a bottle, or is this the new norm for the Jamba Jews? It's kind of like the Michael Jordan flu game with what's going on for the Jewish population over there. So, they're just using football as an outlet and really retaliating on it. And we'll see if the touchdown boys can combat an entire religion.
Yeah, exactly. Looking at Max's team, there's not much to say other than I love his running backs, and Tyreek Hill is enough to support a wide receiver core by himself. So slots in Elijah Moore there. We'll see. Is there any reason he's projected that much? Is like Amari Cooper out?
No, he's just always projected this. I used to have him, and he has never done this. I don't really know why. He averages
Yeah,
7. I think he might have just had a good game. No, he's never done it. He's
yeah,
always projected that though. So
yeah. That seems
San
weird. I saw him
Francisco,
at the
maybe
top
I'm
of the
mistaken.
waiver wire, and I was
Yeah,
like, Elijah Moore, really? But yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. Parker's. I
Parker
just
gets Eckler back, and so like
the wide
that helps him out
receivers
so
are
much.
just
Yeah,
so questionable.
Chris Olave just seems like he is not what he was drafted to be. I don't know what that question mark is, or
Yeah,
he's
he'll
hurt,
definitely
but
play. It feels like it's just could potentially become one or the other.
yeah.
Now that
Especially
Kamara's
with
back.
Alvin Kamara kind of gobbling up everything in the passing game. I mean, they've thrown the ball to him so many times.
Yeah,
And I mean, I guess you could see that from how many passes Josh Jacobs caught last year. It seems like Derek Carr just hyper targets the running back.
yeah, and I think it's like a really ambitious projection against Dallas that he's going to come back right away and just start performing. But
This might be the week to fire up Josh Kelly. I mean, Josh Kelly always does good when Austin Eckler is also playing.
yeah, there
So
you go. A little sneaky play. I'm sure
yeah,
that guy's on our wire somewhere. Parker probably hasn't. No, maybe he
no, he
dropped
must
him.
have dropped him.
If you want Adam's surprise play of the week.
Yeah, that's my. I'm gonna play him.
This one's close. Who are you going with? I'm not sure.
uh, I'll go with Max, dude. I believe. I think he's gonna
Deciding
make the
winner.
comeback.
We got called out by Max after neither of us believed. So I respect it. Then I'll be. It didn't work out well last time when I went Parker just cause, but this time I believe. I'll go Parker for the parody there, and we'll see how it goes. Some good matchups this week. That should be fun.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of good matchups, but there's also some that are just like, it seems pretty one-sided.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
that's
just
fair.
because I'm in one of those one-sided matchups where there seems like there's very little hope. But
Huh. Now you can commit fully to the
yeah,
podcast.
this is
No
where we start
distractions.
taking. I'll be the GM that's like, yeah, hell yeah, we're tanking for Caleb Williams. I won't shy away from it.
Hell yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Good luck to everyone in the old week 6. Time just fucking flies. We're cruising at
I
it.
know, right? Week 6 already. We're a month and a half into the year. It has been flying.
Good luck to you, Eddie. We'll see if you can take me down as the first one.
Good luck to everyone out there. It would be really embarrassing for Bradley to lose to me.
Yeah, especially when he's being given 93 points by ESPN.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
crazy. All right, everyone. Have a good weekend. Good Thursday. See you all on the flip.